Hi, my name is Shinko. Welcome to my channel. I am on a diet to gain weight, and this is day 29. There was Alex in the background. Anyway, I've been awake most of the night and morning. And it's already noon, so I guess I should get up for the day instead of keep trying to sleep. So, since I'm leaving and getting ready to go and see the doctor, I made a tuna sandwich. A tuna fish sandwich. Well, my mom made the tuna mix, which is literally tuna, mayo, relish, onion, salt, whatever. Steak, tuna. Make me very happy. Ugh. But yeah. So I mentioned last night, well, I've mentioned in multiple videos that I do video calling with my fiance. And I mentioned last night that I kind of have strong feelings when it comes to the phone and phone calls in general. Now, obviously, I speak clear. I don't sound deaf. I don't sound like I have a hearing impairment at all. But I do. I don't know sign language. I grew up hearing. That's why I read lips. Primarily communication with me in person? Yeah, I'm okay. There might be some misunderstandings here or there, or I may ask you to repeat yourself. But I'm able to read your lips. I'm able to kind of reading lips. Hollywood, for example, likes to think, oh, you're a lip reader. You could, like, read a conversation from across the room, from a side view, and know exactly what they're talking about, what their lips are saying from the side view. My tuna. I've tried giving it to you before. It has mayo in it. Go ahead, smell it. It's got mayo. You don't like mayo. I tried to tell you. Oh. Yeah, I tried to tell you, buddy. There's mayo in it. But I have strong communication with me is hard. I read lips in person. When it comes to watching TV, for example, it doesn't matter how loud it is. I can't understand it. For the life of me, I can't. I need subtitles. I can hear with like my hearing aid and my cochlear implant in and everything. I can hear. But the portion of my brain, the language center, has been damaged. I know full well you were speaking English to me. I know. What's the most frustrating thing on the planet, though, is you know this person is speaking your language, and they're saying the most simplest thing, and when you figured out what it is, it's going to be like, of course that's what you said. But in the moment, it sounds like complete gibberish. Like a made-up language. Complete nonsense. And even if someone slows down what they're saying, that doesn't necessarily help me. That's just slowing down what I thought you said. So, for like watching TV, for example, subtitles. Phone calls are a different matter altogether. You can't necessarily just ask for subtitles for a phone call. You can't see their face, their lips, So you can't kind of guess. Reading lips is like a guessing game. Each person has different lip movements, so of course, if you know this person in your life, you're going to be able to read their lips vastly better than a stranger. Any day. Like my family, my mother, for example, and my fiance, I understand the best. It's in public when I'm with my fiance. He translates for me. He has to repeat some things that are being said to me, because with his voice and his lip movements, I've learned and I understand his lip movements, but I don't understand your lip movements. I hope it's making some sort of sense. So when it comes to the phone now, so many years have passed that I have tried. I have made so many secretaries and so many people who work with phones so frustrated with me. And I'm frustrated at me too. It's annoying to me asking you to repeat yourself over and over. So I can only imagine how it feels for you to be repeating yourself over and over. And it's just kind of this, I try to stay away from that. I just try to not get in that situation at all. I don't like being made a fool of. I don't like the feeling of feeling stupid. And that's some trauma that I'm getting over from my domestic violence that I've had. You know, my ex-partner would make me feel like no one would want me, or that I'm broken, damaged. I'm stupid now because I can't hear. His favorite phrase to yell at me would be, "I know you fucking hear me, you stupid fucking bitch." That was his little lovely nickname for me. You stupid fucking bitch. Every argument was my fault because I didn't understand. I misunderstood. Granted, I'll take the blame most of the time on that. But 100%? That's not 100% me. Alright? First off, that's not all me. Secondly, there's a difference between hearing and understanding. Yes, I can hear you, but I cannot understand you. And he could not get that concept. That man knew me before I lost my hearing. He knew my stomach issues. He knew all of that. We had a child together. I carried this man's son in my womb. An incredibly hard pregnancy that I had to have a PICC line for, that I was on a Zofran pump, that I literally stopped all my medications. I stopped everything to try and do the right thing for my son. That was such a hard pregnancy. All the stuff we went through. Me losing my hearing was like that last bit. That any ounce of respect that he had for me, may have had for me, was gone. I was instantly lower. I was dirt. I was stupid. Because I couldn't understand. Because I didn't understand. I misunderstood in that moment. So I'm stupid. So there's a little bit of trauma up there when it comes to that. With me and the phone. Reminding myself to take bites. I'd be perfectly happy if no one needed to talk on the phone ever again. I'd be perfectly happy if we all stuck with texting or emails or whatever. Or even video calling. My video call with me, when I met my fiance, first off, he's technically on the spectrum. And for him, texting a lot and reading long messages is hard for him. He was making accommodations for me when we were first beginning to date, and I hadn't known, I hadn't realized. When he had told me that you know, he's actually on the spectrum and that this was a little bit difficult for him. It was after we had the conversation that I really don't do phone calls, and I've told him why. But after I realized that he was literally doing something that was hard for him to do, he was accommodating me and putting forth that effort just to speak with me. So, even though I really didn't want to at the time, I felt like, you're doing this for me, then it's only right that I do this for you. I respect the fact that you told me, and that we have this communication going. We have a very strong communication, very good relationship. Of course, it was awkward. In the beginning, I absolutely hated it. Not being on the phone with him, just being on the phone in general, talking to it. I hated it. I hated trying to learn his lips and feeling so not sure of myself. Generally nodding along and smiling a lot and completely mirroring his emotions and such to figure out what is being said, what's being talked about. Well, obviously, feelings developed, and I'm at the point now where I am perfectly happy and fine being on a video call with him. Regular call, we haven't even tried. We just don't even entertain it because we already know how that's going to end. So, yeah, I'm ultimately working through the whole phone deal because when you're a mother, there's a lot of official business that you have to take care of through phones. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for school calls. Maybe it'll work in my kids' favor when they get older and they're in high school. But yeah, me getting out of my comfort zone. I'd be perfectly happy if I never had to use the phone again for actual phone calls. I really would. If things in life could be handled without having to talk on the phone ever, I'd be really happy. So it's been a long day. If you can't tell, did it look like it? Yeah, it's been a long day. I've eaten, just not bothered to get it on camera. But if you're curious, I had some Sonic. I had one of those chicken sliders. I had some tater tots. In the fridge, I have a bacon breakfast burrito for me waiting and the rest of those tater tots. I had some macaroni and cheese earlier. Not necessarily a lot of stuff to eat, but higher calorie stuff I ate today, so. But, yeah, it's gonna be midnight soon. Enough. I need to lay down. Good night.